KVU News Daybreak starts right now.
Well, a front is moving through the area right now. This is one of two in our forecast. We'll tell you about an even stronger one that arrives tomorrow. Next.
No solution in sight. Some in Congress said Sunday they fear the country may actually go over the fiscal cliff. President Obama and Congress are scheduled to return from their holiday break later this week to try to hammer out a deal so that doesn't happen. I'm Andrew Spencer. I'll have the story coming up.
The crowds, the lines, the security, and the scanning. Now holiday crowds are gearing up for the final day before Christmas. Good morning. Thank you for watching KVU News Daybreak at 4:30. I'm Jessica Holloway. Jessica Vest has the day off. We'll get to those stories in a minute, but first let's get an early check on the weather with meteorologist Albert Ramon. Good morning.
Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you. I know.
Good to see you here at 4:30 and good to see you up as well. We have some major changes in the short-term forecast. Still warm today, but tomorrow, winter wonderland over parts of Texas. We're talking snow in North Texas. Not for us, but some much chillier weather ahead. First, here's a look at temperatures now, and there's a weak front passing through our area at the moment. Notice the 30s and 40s to the west. We're hanging on to 56 here in Austin. But that'll take you hour by hour coming up.
Well, this is definitely a warm one. I'll probably be wearing shorts out jogging.
Enjoy it today because you're going to need layers and layers in about 24 hours.
Thanks so much, Albert. All right, overnight, a female Afghan officer has shot and killed a U.S. military advisor inside Kabul's police headquarters. NATO sources have confirmed the Kabul shooting death. It has not been determined whether the killing was accidental or intentional. The shooter has not been taken into custody. And a U.S. senator says he accepts total responsibility after a DUI arrest this weekend. Senator Michael Crapo was arrested in Virginia shortly after midnight. Saturday night, Alexandria police say the Idaho Republican ran a red light, then failed several field sobriety tests. Police say Crapo's blood alcohol level was 0.11. The legal limit for drivers in Virginia is 0.08. In a statement released by his office, Crapo said he was, quote, deeply sorry for the actions that resulted in this circumstance. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas at Austin Bergstrom International Airport as travelers head to their holiday destinations. This is how it looked yesterday at ABIA. Plenty of activity in and out of the terminal with people coming and going. Good news this morning. If you're headed to the airport, no major delays or cancellations are posted on ABIA's website, but airport officials say they still advise that you arrive 90 minutes before your scheduled departure. A busy weekend at stores and malls across Austin as last-minute shoppers searched for gifts. At the Domain, customers browsed around looking for the best deals. Not only are stores offering great sales, they're opening earlier and closing later. Macy's is not closing at all. For the first time, all 800 of department chain stores are open non-stop the weekend before Christmas. And as of Friday, only 32% of all Americans had finished their Christmas shopping. That means more than 130 million people are planning to shop before the holiday. A couple of Christmas Grinches steal packages from front porches in Southwest Austin, and it's all caught on tape. Jason Wicker owns a home on Journeyville Drive near William Cannon and Southwest Parkway. He says he was alerted that 4 boxes had been delivered to his house on Friday. When he got home, he found only 1. After checking his security tape, he saw a woman taking newly delivered packages. They were supposed to be Christmas gifts. What she dropped, a man came and grabbed.
So you can see her right there with clipboard. Looks in my house, looks in the window, sees nobody's there. And, you know, she's in such a hurry too. She actually drops one of these packages when she's running.
It appears that Wicker's house wasn't the only one hit. Neighbors have also had packages stolen. If you recognize the 2 people on camera, you're asked to call Austin Crime Stoppers. The number is 472-TIPS. That's TIPS. Christmas is still a day away, but the city of Austin is starting the holiday early. Administrative offices and other facilities are closed today and tomorrow. That includes City Hall, museums, and city-owned golf courses. Trash pickup is also on hiatus until Wednesday. A bleak tone for some in Congress Sunday. They're trying to reach a deal with the White House to avoid the fiscal cliff. President Obama and Congress are on Christmas vacation. It'll be Thursday before talks resume to try and prevent automatic tax hikes and spending cuts from taking effect January 1st. Reporter Andrew Spencer has the latest.
Hey, Andrew Spencer, KVU News Daybreak.
If Congress fails to reach any agreement, income tax rates will go up for just about everyone January 1st. Unemployment benefits will expire for many as well. Hundreds of people stage an anti-gun protest on New York's Brooklyn Bridge. Plus, an emotional President Obama says his final goodbye to a Hawaiian senator and war veteran. And
the cat is out of the bag. Google working on a top secret smartphone, hoping to blow Apple's iPhone out of the water. And prices at the pump at the lowest in a year, but may soon be on the way up. I'll have that and more coming up in the Bloomberg Business Report.
Mild today in the 60s, but very cold here by tomorrow night. An area-wide hard freeze in the forecast. That's coming up hour by hour next.
Daybreak time is 4:37 and it's 59 degrees. You're watching Daybreak, Austin's #1 choice for news in the morning. Welcome back this morning. Albert, this has been a wild December.
Yeah, you know, we've had temperatures well above average, and now we're about to plunge well below average. You know, by tomorrow night, we're going to have 20s everywhere, even some teens in the hill. If you have travel plans up around Dallas, northward Oklahoma City, back to Amarillo, Lubbock, pay attention to the forecast. Driving conditions here tomorrow night because of blizzard-like conditions possible, especially in Oklahoma.
Absolutely. Thanks so much. Appreciate it, Albert. A human chain across one of America's most iconic bridges, what so many were protesting in light of the recent shooting in Connecticut. Plus, where police arrested more than 20 people accused of attending illegal cockfights. Daybreak time is 4:43. It's 59 degrees. You're watching Daybreak, Austin's #1 choice for news in the morning. President Obama is in Honolulu this morning for his annual Christmas family vacation. Yesterday, the president and other dignitaries attended the memorial service of the late Hawaiian Senator Daniel Inouye at Honolulu's National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific. Inouye was the first Japanese American elected to both houses of Congress and the second longest serving senator in U.S. history. The 88-year-old died last Tuesday from respiratory complications. The death of a Navy SEAL commander in Afghanistan is being investigated as a possible suicide. Commander Joe Price was one of the Navy's most senior SEAL officers. Military personnel found the 42-year-old dead after he did not show up when he was expected. A source says there is no indication that Commander Price was involved in any military-related investigations or controversies. Former President George H.W. Bush remains in a hospital this morning, 1 month after he was first admitted. The 88-year-old has been there since the day after Thanksgiving. He's suffering from a lingering cough. A hospital spokesman says he's in stable condition and doctors are being, quote, extra cautious. Mr. Bush has been receiving physical therapy to increase his strength. A family spokesman says doctors will have to decide today whether he'll be released in time to spend Christmas at home. Another big possible strike is looming down at the docks, and shoppers make a mad dash to the mall over the weekend. Alan Brightman has all that and more in this morning's exclusive Bloomberg Business Report. Coming up in our next hour of Daybreak, more business news from around the state in our exclusive Texas Bloomberg Business Report. In this morning's Nation View, 3 children are in South Dakota. They're dead this morning after a fire ripped through their home. It happened Saturday morning in Sioux Falls. The parents made it out alive. One parent tried to go back inside of the burning house to get the children.
We found extensive fire and smoke, both on the first and second story of this home. Parents were able to get out. Unfortunately, they had 3 children that were trapped upstairs on the second level. Fire crews tried extensively to try to get to rescue the children, but unfortunately, due to the intense flame and smoke, we're unable to enter the structure.
The cause of the fire is under investigation. In Ohio, a horrible wrong-way crash claims 4 lives, including a 7-year-old boy. Highway Patrol troopers say the wrong-way driver made a U-turn on the interstate and crashed into a van carrying a family of 6. The wrong-way driver and his son died. Investigators say the woman driving the van and a man in the passenger seat also died. The family was driving to visit relatives for the holidays. Officials say the crash is still under investigation, but alcohol appears to have been a factor. In Brooklyn, New York, several hundred people marched over the Brooklyn Bridge. They're hoping to send a message to legislators about stricter gun control and safety. Carrying candles, the marchers stopped in the middle of the iconic bridge to read the names of the children and adults killed at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Connecticut. A nasty virus sends dozens of cruise ship passengers home early, where investigators say the norovirus may have come from. Plus, a major bust in Dallas, the illegal operation that resulted in more than 20 arrests. And our KVUE News Facebook page continues to grow every day. We'd love to have you as a fan. All you have to do is search for KVUE News Daybreak on Facebook and click like. The Daybreak time is 4:51. You're watching Austin's Daybreak, Austin's #1 choice for the news in morning.
Picture of the day on this Christmas Eve coming up. Jessica, back over to you.
All right, thanks so much. In Dallas, police arrested nearly 24 people overnight as officers raided a cockfight. Several people ran away as officers tried to surround the property in West Oak Cliff. Animal control officers say a search turned up several dead horses, along with 200 roosters. Investigators found instruments used to harm the birds during the fights. They also discovered an arena to host the fights and cards used to place bets.
They went through the property and found a large number of birds, some dead, some still alive, and we're still trying to determine exactly how many we have. It could possibly go into the hundreds of animals.
Police issued 23 citations to people attending the cockfight. Dallas police say the owner of the property may also face charges for allowing the operation. No one was living at the address. A group of passengers are back on dry land this morning after experiencing an outbreak of gastrointestinal illness on a cruise ship. The Crown Princess docked in Galveston on Saturday. More than 100 people on board got sick. Doctors say it was likely brought on by the cruise ship by boarding passengers. The ship left Venice, Italy earlier this month for a 20-day cruise. There's a new way you and your kids can keep up with Santa tonight. For decades, the North American Aerospace Defense Command, or NORAD, has been tracking jolly old St. Nick on Christmas Eve. Now there's a NORAD Santa Tracker app for iPhone, Android, and Windows Phone users. You can also keep up on Twitter at the account @NORADSanta. All right, thanks so much. That's funny.
That is neat. You know, when we were kids, we had to call the 1-800 number. Do you remember that?
Yeah, back in the day.
And be like, Santa right now is in Fairbanks.
Of course they have an app. They have an app for everything.
It's so awesome. Time for the U-News picture of the day. And on this Christmas Eve, a great photo of this 6-year-old lab. He's just blending in, isn't he? Right next to the Christmas decor here in this wonderful shot.
Did you take any holiday pet photos?
Not yet, but I think I will later today.
I don't have a pet. I have a chicken. So if I want to take a picture, I have to put an ugly Christmas sweater on my chicken.
Okay, if you do that, we're going to show that, I promise, all month of January. That'd be awesome.
That would be good. Well, if you have a lighthearted photo, again, we want you to send that in if you can. And you can also go online to KVUE.com, click U-News, upload your picture, and it just might end up right here on the air at Daybreak. And ahead on Daybreak, Good Looks sent a dental assistant to the unemployment line. Her boss fired her because he says she's too attractive. Plus, a devastating fire forces dozens of families out of their homes. Coming up this morning, the effort to bring Christmas back to those families. I'll have a live report for you coming up. Daybreak time is 4:57, 56 degrees.